Welcome, I'm Rose Oatley, and today we're making spaghetti with a delicious homemade sauce. We're going to start by cutting and dicing a quarter of an onion. You don't want big chunks, you want small pieces that can just melt in your mouth. We're also going to cut and dice one whole green bell pepper. You'll need one package of sliced mushrooms. And here I'm chopping a little bit of parsley. I would say about maybe 1/4 cup. Moving on, you want to start boiling some water in a large pot. Make sure it's deep enough to fit your spaghetti. While our water is boiling, we're going to start on our sauce. Now, you can use a little over a pound of ground beef. Today, I'm going to be using mild ground Italian sausage. I love using this stuff with my spaghetti. If you've never used it, I recommend that you give it a try, but either one will work. We're going to start browning. Now, I like to take my spoon and just kind of break it all up. If you don't have a lot of fat in your meat, you can go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to help the process. Now, while we're doing this, I want to remind you that I've got lots of recipes on my channel. If you go up top, you'll see a tab with playlists and videos. Be sure and check that out because I have a lot more videos that you won't see in my front page. This is looking pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and place this on another plate temporarily. To the same pan, you want to add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm also going to go in with about a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We'll get this nice and melted. Once melted, you can start adding your mushrooms here. I'm using portobello mushrooms. You can use whatever, you can use whatever type of mushrooms you have. Usually I add one of the smaller packages of mushrooms, but this one is a little bit larger. But I do love mushrooms, so the more the merrier, right? Of course, if you don't like mushrooms, then feel free to skip them altogether. You're going to notice the mushrooms soaking up all the oils. This is normal. That's just what they do. If you'd like, you can add a little extra olive oil as needed. You want to saute them for just a couple minutes just to get them nice and wet. At this point, add your onions and bell peppers. We want to come back and add our sausage back in there. Give it a mix to combine everything together. We're ready for our spices, and I'm going to start with a little bit of salt and pepper, and this is to your taste. Add 3 teaspoons of minced garlic, equivalent to 3 cloves of garlic. Add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Now, tomatoes have a lot of acid. To help with the acidity, we're going to add only 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sugar. Let's go ahead and give this all a mix. Next, you want to add a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Add the whole thing. Add 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. I also have some tomato paste. I like to add just 2 tablespoons of this. By the way, I also have a recipe on how to make spaghetti using a jar of spaghetti sauce. I'll put the link up top. Mix everything to combine well. As you can see, this is nice and meaty and thick, the way spaghetti sauce should be. If for some reason you like a runny spaghetti sauce, you can add a little bit of water. I wouldn't add too much, maybe about 1/4 cup of water. For a nice flavor, you want to add 1 fresh bay leaf. I want to get a nice simmer, so I'm going to turn up the heat for just a bit. In the meantime, it looks like our water is boiling and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and go in with a little bit of olive oil. That's about a teaspoon of olive oil so the pasta doesn't stick. And I'm also going to add about 1 teaspoon of salt. For my spaghetti, I like to use the Barilla brand, but you can use any type of spaghetti you have. And this is also the thin spaghetti. We're just going to add the whole box in there. Thin spaghetti also doesn't take very long to cook. Don't worry if your spaghetti is sticking out. Very quickly, it'll begin to soften, and you just push it down with your tongs or your spoon. Someone once told me my whole spaghetti doesn't fit, but it's pretty normal. It starts softening. You see, you just kind of turn it and push it in. You want to cook your spaghetti according to your box directions. This one cooks in just 6 minutes, so let's set our timer. By now, your spaghetti sauce has already started to simmer, so we're going to give this a quick stir. I'm also going to add most of my parsley that I chopped, but I'm going to be reserving a little bit for garnish. You can find all ingredients posted in my description below. You want to cover it, set your temp to low, and we are going to simmer for about 10 minutes or until our spaghetti is ready. At the end of 10 minutes, you want to make sure you remove your bay leaf. Then go ahead and give it a taste test for any salt needed. If you need any more salt, this is the time to add it. This is actually so good. It's perfect, no salt needed here. Now we can go plate and add the rest of our toppings. I'm going to go in with a little bit of fresh cheese, Parmesan Regiano, and I love to grate it myself. Fresh is the best. And now we're going to garnish with a little bit of parsley. I can't wait to have some. Nothing like a homemade spaghetti sauce. Now, do you know how to eat your spaghetti? You just basically take your spoon, lay it flat, then start twisting your spaghetti until it comes to a stop. Technically, if you want to be fancy, you're not supposed to cut spaghetti with your knife. And just like this, we're ready to eat. Come in my belly. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to give it a like and share with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos. And please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.